again, welcome back. Or if you're new, make sure and hit that subscribe so you don't miss your new future favorites or end up, reading something I tried to warn you about. But today, I told y'all before that I was gonna start doing more James Rollins novels as he has a new book coming out later this month, and I want to make sure y'all know about it, but also I like doing a read again for myself since it's been quite a few years since the last book. So I'm going to start out with the second book in the Sigma Force novel series, and that is Map of Bones. And, you can kind of see the blank spot for it back there on my shelf. And some other cool stuff. Got more James Rollins and Harry Potter behind me. Big surprise. Because this is part of my main library. So today it's just Map of Bones, and this is where we finally get to see the first time the main group of Sigma Force. They're killer scientists essentially, and the group expands and contracts as they bring in and lose members or have one-time helpers. But this is our core group of Monk, Cat, and Gray. And one of our favorite villains is Sai-Shan, or I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. And she's not my favorite. We'll get to meet him in a later book. But as far as bad guys go, she's awesome. 'Cause she keeps making you wonder if she's the good guy, the bad guy, a double agent, triple agent, if she's there by choice, if she's, playing this role because she was forced. She's a hard one to pin down. Even, several books in, you will be trying to figure her out and enjoying this. But for this particular novel, it's, they're following the history of the Magi's bones, hence the name Map of Bones. And one of the things I love about all of his novels is you learn a lot of stuff that you didn't know about or didn't realize you were interested in, but it never feels like a lecture. It's just the characters talking through problems and talking to each other, kind of basically thinking out loud and having to occasionally explain things to other parts of the group that's can we get some plain English? That ain't my specialty. But it never comes off as, all right, class, sit down, let me tell you about this. So it's very, it's refreshing, and occasionally I end up down the rabbit hole researching some of this stuff. And he's nice at the end of the book, he goes, here's all my research materials that I used for this stuff, and this I made up, this is real, this isn't. And in this case, we get Meissner fields, basically superconductors, M-state, metallic powders that are freaking awesome and, in the right hands, as you'll see in this novel, they're very dangerous when used by bad people. As we start off with mass murder at a midnight mass in Germany. And, of course, the Vatican and our, main folks, Sigma Force, get sent to go figure out what the heck this is. Because there's a whopping one survivor out of everything that happens. And that ain't a lot. And, of course, the Vatican does not want this smear on their name. Sigma Force is a U.S. very covert, agency, and does not want this kind of secret potential, mass weapon in the hands of anybody. So, of course, they want to know what the heck is going on, take these folks down. And so, these two unlikely groups, we get, the religious sect and the military joining up for this novel. And they're chasing down the Dragon Court, who it turns out is responsible for this mass murder. And why the heck did they steal some, crusty old bones instead of this, solid gold, thing that it was in instead? That, who does that? you got solid gold and you took old bones. Something's clearly special about these bones, and nobody can figure out what. Best labs in the world have studied these and have figured out nothing. And thankfully, Gray does not play well with others, but he's got a very specific talent. He doesn't look at things the way other people do. His mind will take, 1 plus 1, and it might come up with 2, but it's not going to come up with it in the way that you will, because he'll find connections that did not make sense to anybody else. And so he looks at this problem and goes, well, yeah, duh, they're not figuring it out because, hello, here's, this. And he's pretty much always right, but doesn't mean you can do anything about it. And so they have him leading this, group and chasing the trail of the Magi from history till now. And, whether it's 3 or it's 4, we get lots of, is this really bones? Where's the next clue? Why? How did they do this? Why did they do this? Like, what's going on? Why the heck did they take these bones, and how did they do this? Because it wasn't just walk in, snatch, and grab. Like, no, they had to work for it. And so we go from Germany to Italy, France, Switzerland. We're all over the friggin' place, chasing down, going into catacombs, churches, all over the place. And, there's deep sea, not deep sea, but there's some diving even that takes place. And we're constantly getting twists and turns and learning new information, meeting new characters, all to a backdrop of exotic locales, action, and I love Monk. He's fun. He's just a smart aleck. Like, there's even a comment over him, like, he doesn't have a, sassy retort. We're in trouble. Like, he can find dark humor in anything, and it's either smart alecky or a straight up dad joke, even though he is definitely not father at this point. He is, he's basically, they joke that he's, Pitbull, because he's just this short, stocky, mean-faced guy that is actually incredibly sweet and very, very smart. Because, they all are. They've all, the Sigma Force group has all been taken from various branches of the military and given, sometimes dual training in various, PhD level programs. You gotta be smart to pull that one off. That's why they're joked as killer scientists. And so, he can be very, very deceiving here. And they come into play and are very, thankfully, he's a good guy. And it gets fun watching, their interactions and how they come to get along with each other, and we're constantly learning new things at every new location. Okay, here's this clue it's a mix of, history and religion, because, map of bones, we're chasing the Magi, that's why we've got, this religious scholar from the Vatican sent with us that, as we find out early on, to his niece's surprise, he's a frickin' spy! The Vatican knows this. They employ him to be a spy. It's nothing new. He just looks like a sweet old grandpa with the, Catholic collar that, grants him lots of access that nobody else could get away with. And he uses that to its full potential. But he's a feisty old man when push comes to shove. So, it's, if you want some action, if you want to accidentally learn some really cool stuff and you enjoy the sass, definitely this is a good one to pick up. I mean, it's just, all of his novels, I love them. They're all in different locations, have various scientific topics. But if you're interested in the Magi and that's history, if you're curious about, any kind of superconductors or, electromagnetic fields, levitation, anything like that, this is definitely the book to pick up. So, I hope you just found your new favorite, And I will see you next time. Happy reading. Bye.